What's up, nerds? Phoenix from PhoenixTV here with another episode of Bird's Brain, the show that remembers all the things that Pepperidge Farm forgot. Take that, you silly cookie company. Episode 44, JFN, the Junk Food Network.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and I'm starting to think the Flintstones had some major historical inaccuracies.
Not one.
Just me and you? That's good. Now we can talk real loud. And
yeah, we
our
can.
answer of the game is sponsored by...
Except I'm not going to, because that might ruin the quality of this show.
Finally combining unhealthy food and television.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. Okay, let's see what happens.
Get ready, time for question 1.
First up, what a bunch of monarchy. If England put a true blue blood on the throne, what might you hear at the coronation? All hail King Koala, all hail Queen Octopus, all hail Queen Penguin, or all hail King Lobster?
Lobster?
Lobsters have blood rich in copper, which makes it appear blue. So there would be a
Sweet.
lobster sitting on the throne of England.
I have no idea why I thought of
Most
that.
monarchs are so inbred, introducing lobster DNA can only help.
Dang. That was harsh.
And now, throwing voices around the world. And now for a visit from everybody's favorite dummy, Billy O'Brien.
Hey,
O'Brien,
Billy.
everybody. Billy, get out here! I'm sleeping in here! Get out here or I'm canceling your subscription to Modern Bride magazine.
Let's get this over with, Dunny.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Not his
You look a
subscription.
little stressed out, Billy.
Yeah, I could use a vacation.
Do you have a place in mind?
I don't know. I want to see the great landmarks. Maybe the Tyranids or Machu Picchu. Speaking of which, in what country is Machu Picchu?
Oh, is it in... I think it's in Peru.
Machu Picchu is in South America in the country of Peru.
Right. Sweet.
It'll be a great vacation, but I'm not looking forward to that long flight.
Would you take a window or an aisle seat?
Neither. I'll go in the overhead compartment.
I thought it might fly under the plane. But what do I know? I'm no
Open
dummy.
wide for... Once you pop art, you can't stop art. And it's time to bid hello to a dis or dat.
Oh, man. These dis or dats been
I'm
brutal.
gonna read off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's an auction house that deals fine art,
Jeez.
or a brand of potato chip. If
Okay, maybe on the
it's
potato
an
chips.
auction house, press the X button.
We'll
If
see.
it's a potato chip, press the B button. Alright, let's get started. Vintners.
Dang it.
Sotheby's. Miss Vicky's.
Those are chips.
Hers. Christie's. Freeman's. Zapp's.
I need part of
The
those.
starting bid for this monstrosity is a nickel.
Yeah. Alright. That being said, I've never had a
We
negative
actually
dis or
did a
dat.
silent auction for charity here in the office to see who would write the
Don't quote me on
outro for
that.
this question. The winner was Ben Jacobs, one of our engineers. And he wrote, Chips, chips, hooray. And he misspelled hooray. Not super funny, Ben, but hey, it was all for charity. Here's one I like to call Paint by the Ones and Twos. What famous painting could have inspired the name of the band Cypress Hill? Salvador Dali's The Persistence of Memory, Grant Wood's American Gothic, Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night.
This one. Nope.
Were you thinking of this one? In Vincent van
was
Gogh's
the other
Starry
one.
Night, a large cypress tree is depicted prominently in the foreground, and some hills all around it. So it could have been the inspiration for the band name Cypress Hill.
Dang.
If Van Gogh were alive today, though, I don't think he'd be a big fan of Cypress Hill. Yeah, he wouldn't have an ear for their music.
Hilarious. That was my second choice. Should have been my first, in retrospect.
Coming up next, personal ads are so 1847. Which personal ad would be best for a Jane Eyre type seeking a Mr. Rochester type? SWF seeking SWM, SWF seeking MWM, SWF
Oh, but there's a
seeking
Junk Food Network.
Answer coming up. In Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, Jane is a young single white female, and Mr. Rochester is revealed to be a MWM, a married white male. But in Mr. Rochester's defense, he was a MWM BHWHGTCALLAFAIHA, which of course stands for married white male because his wife had gone totally crazy and lived like a feral animal in his attic. Or as you might say on Facebook, it's complicated.
Right.
As far as I know, JFN doesn't stand for anything in personal ads. Jewish from Norway? No. But JFN does make fine products like this donut juicer from the Junk Food Network. Why chew a donut when you can drink one and burn far fewer calories? Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a tidy $4,000. There you go. That's round one, and you've got a pretty nice score. It's a shame there's nobody here to share it with. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round two. Okay, let's see what's next.
Look at professional headphone switch.
Here's a good one. You da bomb.
No one noticed a thing.
But really, who's da bomb? The guy who wrote Alice in Wonderland? The lady who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird? The guy who wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Or the guy...
This one?
Did you drink that drink that makes your brain get smaller?
No. Dang
I
it.
so wanted you to pick this one. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was written by L. Frank Baum.
That's right.
B-A-U-M.
Dang it.
Ah, big deal. Had he been alive in the early 1900s, James Franco would have written it, produced it, directed it, anything you got. James Franco can't be stopped.
Except by a boulder in the desert. That'll
Say
stop
hello
him.
to... Hey, who invited the Crypt Kicker 5? If there were an Evite to attend the Monster Mash, then who, according to the song, must have RSVP'd with not attending? Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, or Dracula's son?
This one.
You got it. No, you didn't.
Dang it.
Let me show you something. In Bobby Pickett's classic song, the Wolfman, Dracula, and Dracula's son were in attendance at the Monster Mash, but Frankenstein was never mentioned.
Nah.
You can't really blame him for not inviting him. It's always the same thing. He gets drunk, hits on all of Dracula's brides, and then tries to bring the karaoke machine to life.
Follow me down to the sea.
I don't actually know the lyrics to that song. I just know I've heard it.
Here we have...
And I figured they'd only have one
Almost Dead
Dracula.
Poet Society. Sorry, I figured it was far enough into the game for me to start drinking.
That's not what it
There
said at
were a
all.
retirement home inspired by Dylan Thomas's famous poem about his dying father. Which activity would be on its daily schedule? Like this? Like this? Like this?
This one.
Ooh, ouch.
What?
Watch how easy this is. Yeah, that's a harp on the label. Also,
yeah.
little known fact, a Guinness bottle is itself a musical instrument. So is a bunch of Guinness cans.
Dang it. There was a serious disconnect between what was on screen and what he was saying. And for whatever reason, I was trying to think of what Dylan Thomas plays, and I had no idea what it was, so I guessed.
My outer space.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
So in other words, I need to ignore whatever he
Extra
says.
cash for a correct answer
Duly
on this
noted.
one. Put these planets in order from closest to Earth to farthest from Earth. On average, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, or Venus, Jupiter, Mars.
This one. Dang it! And it's Venus,
Smart
Mars,
people
Jupiter.
choose this. Although sometimes Mars is closer to Earth than Venus, the majority of the time Venus is closest to Earth, followed by Mars and then Jupiter.
Ah!
Women are from Venus, so they had the quickest trip to Earth, and men are from Mars, so they had to travel a little bit farther. And whatever gender came from Jupiter is probably still on its way here. Can't wait to find out what their genitals look like.
I'm sure there's a Rule 34 for that, Cookie. By very definition, Rule 34 applies to everything.
Choice. Ever since I got a smartphone, all I've been doing is taking pictures of myself looking cute. You know, taking a selfie. Oh, that's a good one. Suppose I can't stop looking at this selfie photo. If I have the same fate as Narcissus, what will happen to me? I'll become hideous, I'll get even sexier, I'll gain superpowers, or I'll die.
And he died.
According to the myth, Narcissus was so transfixed with his own image in the water that he couldn't leave it and he died. Or possibly killed himself. Either way, he died there.
Yeah.
Which sounds really morbid, but he was able to capture his final moments with a tasteful Instagram filter.
Jack attack round was $74.
Brace yourself for the
Sounds like
attack. When you see two clues that match, press your A button. $2,000 if you're right. 2,000 gone if you're wrong. And don't ever forget,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Motherland Rock. What country does your band hail from? Good luck.
Oh, man. The Beatles, they're from England. Rocksylvania. Not Narnia. Or Safe to Bet. Come on. There we go. $2,000. U2, they are from Ireland? Or Scotland? Whichever one comes first, I'm gonna pick. Ooh, I almost clicked that. I saw the eye. I didn't think of Italy, like, oh yeah, that one. Concords. They might be from New Zealand, now that they point that out. But I don't know. I know nothing of the Concords. And their flight of... Rush. They're from... Yeah, they're from Canada, I guess. I don't know who that is. So I'm not gonna guess. ABBA is from Sweden? I think? Maybe? How did I know that? But alright. Them. They're from... Are they Australian? Or something like that? I don't know.
That's all she
Good
wrote!
save.
Okay, it took a lot of doing, but I got my favorite band from the entire continent of Antarctica here. Welcome, gents.
We keep telling you we're not musicians. We're scientists from a research base.
Yes, please release us.
Wow, no instruments, no distinguishable time signatures. You guys are truly experimental. I love it. Okay, now why don't you take us out with another song?
Help! Help us! Help us, somebody! Help us, somebody, please!
We're in here.
Please help us!
I miss my children.
I miss my wife!
Classic.
We just wanted to do work. Please!
I like this song.
You don't know Jack!
But as a point of contention with their statements, they missed their wife and kids. They went to study in Antarctica. It's possible that the one's wife was in Antarctica studying with them. I don't think the kids were there.
And now,
I could be wrong.
Relax into downward dog.
I don't think they're there.
Oh, what's wrong, Susan?
Anyway,
Is this yoga
Phoenix from
class
Phoenix
too
TV.
hard?
Going way too far into this. Thanks for watching.